Daven Sports Combo. I'm your host, Daven. Please like and subscribe and share this video and enjoy the future content ahead.
Week 4 is about to begin. So happy we have a long season ahead of us. Alright, here's my redemption. Gonna come back from our worst week of picks. Let's do this together. Alright. Let's do this. Thursday night football. Seattle at Arizona. Tonight, I'm going with Arizona Cardinals. Seattle just came off an amazing week destroying the Saints. Right? Arizona just lost a close one to San Fran. I'm going to go with Arizona. I think Marvin Harrison's going to do better. Get some key catches that he had some drops on some key red zone plays and improve. And I think Seattle will play a tough team like Arizona and we'll get a wake-up call. So let's go Cardinals Thursday night football. All right, for 1 o'clock games, we got Minnesota at Pittsburgh. I'm going Minnesota. Aaron Rodgers is probably one of the worst quarterbacks of the year so far in efficiency, and Minnesota is one of the best defenses. Look for that guy Rodgers to get another pick six touchdown. He's going to break NFL records coming to you soon. So I'm going Minnesota, and I think Carson Wentz can steer the ship in a better way than Aaron Rodgers can with the offensive player talent around, especially with Jordan Addison coming back from suspension. Then we have Washington at Atlanta. I don't know if Daniels is back, but Mariota did fantastic in his place. Atlanta look crazy. It's going to be the battle of the backups, it looks like. Kirk Cousins is coming in for Penix. We'll see, and it's Kirk Cousins' former team that drafted him. We'll see how it all works out. I'm going to go Washington on there. And Jaden Daniels might be able to play. If he does, no matter who plays, it should be Washington's game to win. Los Angeles Chargers at New York Giants. Jackson Dart start. Woo! After a terrible Russell Wilson performance on Sunday Night Football, I'm going with the Chargers to win this. Their defenses give veteran quarterbacks problems. They're going to give Dart problems. It's going to be first game, getting his legs wet. Look out for Harbaugh and the Chargers to win this game, especially after a great comeback victory over the Denver Broncos. Then moving on to the game of the week, Philadelphia at Tampa Bay. Big game. Battle of the undefeateds. Let's go. I'm going with Tampa Bay Bucks, even though Mike Evans is out. They rely on Buka. We'll see how he does with Quentin Mitchell on him. And it's going to be his toughest matchup, but this is big. But no matter what, Tampa should be able to use other players, such as like a Sterling Shepard, a Cade Otton, get Bucky Irvin a little more run, and let's see how it all runs out. I believe in Tampa Bay. That was my toughest pick of the week, but that would be the pick, especially it's at their home and they had a great comeback victory over the Jets, and so did Philly over Rams. But I'm going with Tampa Bay. Then Carolina at New England. Carolina dominated the Falcons. Look for them to beat the Patriots as they're having fumbling issues. We'll see how it all works out, but I'm picking Carolina to start going on a run, start giving teams some heartache. So we'll see how that goes. Rooting for you, Bruce Young. Let's go. Saints at Buffalo. I think we all are writing Buffalo. If the Saints win, it'll be a miracle. And Buffalo loses, like, what the heck? Buffalo, Josh Allen, Seahawks dominate the Saints. Buffalo's going to dominate the Saints. Cleveland at Detroit, our final 1 o'clock game. Cleveland beat the Packers. Packers beat the Lions. Will that mean Detroit beat Cleveland? Detroit will beat Cleveland. We'll see how it all goes. Myles Garrett is a game wrecker, so no matter what, it's hard. Cleveland will be in every game as long as Myles Garrett is productive. So, I'm picking Detroit Lions, but I'm very fearful of this game, even though it's the Browns. This should be our easiest team to play of the whole year, but it's still a tough team to play. So, I'm going with the Lions. We had a great win short week for Monday Night Football over the Ravens. Ravens dominated Cleveland. There's a lot of parallels here, but I'm going with the Lions. I think they're going to have a great game against Cleveland. 4 o'clock, Jacksonville at San Fran. Let's go San Francisco. Jacksonville, I just can't trust you. You beat the Texans. Whoopity-doo. Brian Thomas is not involved. Like, it's crazy. Their run game is looking great. Better than expected. No one was thinking their run game was going to be anything this year. It was going to be all in the past with the Liam Cohen system. But it's rocking good. And you got to get Tootin a little more touches. We got to Gotta get that going. Not that I drafted him on my fantasy team or anything. But yeah, I'm going San Fran. Mac Jones, his former team. He should win this game. Let's go San Francisco. Sorry to my Jags fans. Indianapolis at LA Rams. I'm going with the Rams to beat the undefeated Colts. I think that this will be the first team the Colts have. It's very tough for them. It'll be a gauge marker. Rams came off a tough loss from Philly after they were leading most of the way into the third. I'm going with the Rams to beat Indianapolis to give them a wake-up call. But I still think it's going to be a very close game. And I think it's going to be one of those great Stafford fourth quarter comebacks. We'll see how it all rolls out. Then Chicago at Las Vegas. I picked Las Vegas to win this one. I still believe in them. I keep picking them. They're like the main team I'm getting wrong every week. But I just think they still got, like, I believe in Pete Carroll. There's a lot there to work with. Chicago's so up and down. I mean, they beat Dallas. That was a surprise. And beat them handsomely. I'm going with the Raiders. I think they could win this game. I think Tucker will continue having a big week. I think Jacoby Myers, my bad, will have a big week this week. I'm going with the Raiders. And maybe Genty. We'll see. But they have a lot of talent on the offense side of the ball. It's just that O-line's not all to par. So we'll see how it all rolls. I'm going with Las Vegas. And Max Crosby should feast on Caleb Williams. Look out for that. Then another big game, almost game of the week, but not to me personally. But biggest game of in the 4:00 window. Baltimore at Kansas City, both with the same record. 1-2. We'll see how it goes. I'm picking Ravens. I think they have more firepower on offense than the Chiefs to really boat race them. Even though the Chiefs have a better defense, for sure, especially up front with Chris Jones. I just think the Chiefs' O-line is not as good as the Ravens' O-line, so that defense for the Chiefs won't be as imperative compared to the Ravens. Even though the Ravens' defense gave up so much to the Lions, it's the Lions' run game, Sonic and Knuckles. Okay, you're gonna give up over 100 yards easily. 200, everyone, that's what, the benchmark. But moving on, I think Baltimore just has too many weapons to not outproduce what like Chiefs are with their weapons at the moment. Like, I think Baltimore will have an easier time schematically to match up against what the Chiefs bring to the table. So I'm going with Baltimore. That's a long, extensive one. 8 o'clock Sunday Night Football, big game. Green Bay at Dallas. Micah Parsons' homecoming party that he won't get a video. I'm picking the Packers. Dallas lost to Chicago. Green Bay should be able to smoke Dallas. Now, Green Bay lost the Browns, so we'll see how it goes. But this will be a bounce-back game for them. And look for Micah Parsons to have a big game. I mean, it's probably the obvious take. And look for Dak Prescott. CD Lamb's down. Tony Ferguson's going to have a nice week. Probably over 100 yards. 9 targets, my guess. We'll see how it goes because Dak Prescott's going to get pressured from Parsons and that Green Bay D. Rashawn Gary in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. We'll see how it rides. I'm going with the Packers. Monday night doubleheader. We got Jets at Miami. The battle of the winless. I'm going with my Miami Dolphins. Since they're at home, this desperate game, more desperate than the Jets because the Jets have a new coach, new regime. They understand the lumps that are coming with everything, especially the Aaron Rodgers departure. Miami, desperate, has better talent, should win this game. Better defense. Let's go. Let's go, Miami. Cincinnati at Denver. I think the whole nation's going to pick Denver on this one. Cincinnati had a terrible showing against the Minnesota Vikings, and will probably have a terrible showing against Denver. And Bo Nix will have a great game. Look for that. And Denver's defense will come alive for sure. I don't have faith with Browning at quarterback. They need a trade for a quarterback now. They have a winning record, and they need to continue onward and trade for a quarterback. So those are my picks for the week. Stay tuned for more. Pumped. Hopefully I do better this week for you all. That's what I do it for. So, pumped. Excited for Thursday Night Football tonight. Let's go. Big time division game. Pumped. And stay tuned for more. Catch you all later.
Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more, as on my YouTube I'll be having my recaps on Sundays. On Wednesdays, I'll be having my picks of the week before the games all kick off on Thursdays to start the new NFL week. And then on my Instagram, I'll be having my starts and sits for my fantasy advice for the public. Hopefully, you guys enjoy that. Also, on my Patreon, it's exclusively for fantasy players, dynasty players. I'll have my rankings there for all the free members to see. And then if you have a paid membership, you can ask away, submit your team and league info, as I will help curate and give you advice to help propel you, decrease your odds, in my opinion, to get you to the overall championship, to really make you some big money. So you invest a little bit in me and you increase your odds to win the big pot at the end. Hopefully all my content is there and accessible for you. I also have my Facebook, as I share a lot of content there. Go follow on there. And hopefully, again, like I said, you guys enjoyed this content. I'm very happy about everything I share and having too much fun. Thanks again for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe.